Welcome to an Accuplacer video feature demonstration. Today we will look at SCORE Web Service Client version 2.0 on-demand downloads. The On-Demand tab of the SCORE Web Service Client provides three primary features, each of which serves a different scenario or use case. First, the Download New Scores feature provides an on-demand version of the same process used during scheduled downloads. Use this feature if you have an urgent need for a new student test session score before the next scheduled download. The Re-Download Scores feature allows you to download the exact same files that were previously generated and downloaded. Use this feature if your score files are deleted or corrupted before importing into your student information system. Finally, the Regenerate Scores feature allows you to create new score files capturing any changes in the database. Use this feature to capture updated information like RightPlacer scores that have been kicked out of the automated process for human scoring. To use the On-Demand download feature, first we will click on the On-Demand tab. The On-Demand tab provides access to the three primary features we just discussed, including Download New Scores, Re-Download Scores, and Regenerate Scores. Here, we will choose Download Scores because we have a student who's tested and we need that information in our student information system. Choose the format option you would like to use, including Platform Web Service format or Web Service Client format. Again, most institutions will use Web Service Client format. Choose the file type you would like, including XML, comma delimited, pipe delimited, or semicolon delimited. We will use pipe delimited. Note that for Download New Scores, the search criteria cannot be selected because the Download New Scores feature will download all new scores since the last time the client ran. Click the Submit button to submit your request, and you will receive a confirmation that the download was successful. When the download completes, use your computer to navigate to the network or computer directory you defined in the client for score downloads. If you are running as an institution administrator and have used the default settings in the Basic Settings tab, you will have subdirectories, one for each site in your institution where testing has taken place. Our test took place at this site ID. Double-click the site-specific folder to open and view the individual student test session records for that site. The file name is the XNUM or exam number followed by the file type extension. Click the file to open and view the pipe delimited information for the test session we just downloaded. Now let's assume that we just downloaded our student test session score file, but something happened to it before it made its way into our student information system. Here is where you can select the Re-Download Scores feature from the Web Service Client. Re-Download Scores allows you to re-retrieve the exact same file we just downloaded as part of the Download New Scores function. It is critical to note that when using Re-Download Scores, the format options and file type must be exactly the same as the original download because we are re-retrieving the same file that was previously generated. Here we'll search for the XNUM or exam number by entering the site ID in the site ID field, followed by the XNUM or exam number in the XNUM field. Click the Submit button to submit your request, and you will receive a confirmation that the download completed successfully. Use your computer to navigate to the directory where the score files are saved. Open the site-specific folder, and you will see that our XNUM has downloaded. Now let's try to re-download our score file for the same XNUM, only this time change the file type to XML. Because our previously downloaded file was pipe delimited, when we click the Submit button, we will now receive a message that no scores are available for the submitted criteria. Now let's take a look at the Regenerate Scores feature. Remember, you can use Regenerate Scores to capture any changes to the student test session record in the database that have taken place after the original score file was downloaded by the client. This is particularly useful for right placer essays that cannot be scored by the automated scoring engine and are kicked out for human scoring. These human scorers have 24 hours to return a real score for the essay. Let's look at one of these score files. Note that the right placer score has a score of score pending. Now that the 24-hour turnaround time for human scoring has passed, let's try to regenerate our score file. Enter the XNUM for the score file you would like to regenerate in the XNUM field. Then click the Submit button and click OK. Use your computer to navigate to where your score files are saved. Open the appropriate Site folder and double-click the file to open your newly created score file. Note that our right placer score now has a score of 6, which is regenerated from the database. When using either the Read Download Scores or Regenerate Scores feature, in addition to searching by XNUM, you can also search for a record or records based on a date range. Click the Date Radio button next to the Search By field. Then use the Date From and the Date To fields to specify a date range. You can also specify time in hours, minutes, and seconds to narrow your search. Click the Submit button to submit your request. A progress bar will show you the percentage complete, and you will receive a message when complete.